Hello, my name is Dan Bossi, president of AgResource Company, joined by Ben Buckner, our grain analyst here at AgResource. Ben is in charge of wheat and corn analysis here for us, and we thought we'd visit with him just a few minutes today about what's happening in the wheat field. Ben, in the United States, Kansas is going to be about 50% harvested on wheat this week. We're hearing yields that are just unbelievable. What have you done with your crop size in the United States and to a lesser degree Canada?
Yeah, it's been incredible, the yields that we've heard of. And we knew the yields would be good just because of the timing of the weather pattern shift this spring, but what we're hearing from the fields has been outstanding, 100 bushel an acre. So we've got to raise the U.S. production estimate, probably 25 or 50 million bushels. So it may be close to a 4 or 5 year high. And in Canada, spring wheat growing conditions are also similarly incredible. So more rain on the way, mild temperatures, and they can produce a crop 1 or 2 million tons above the USDA's forecast as well. So lots of North American wheat.
So even though farmers planted less wheat, Mother Nature has been so kind that we could end up with a 2.1 to 2.14 billion bushel U.S. wheat crop.
Yeah, easily. And we haven't seen yields like this in 4 or 5 years. So this is the first year that we've got good weather and the crop has responded incredibly.
So it's all about rain and temperature in May. We know that for wheat. It's a little bit like that for corn, and we know for soybeans it's August. But this year just seems to be remarkable. And so if we then step back and look at what's happening across the pond, maybe in the place of the world which sets the world wheat price, which is the Black Sea, Ukraine's wheat crop at one point was down at around 15 to 16 million metric tons. Now folks are talking about 23s or 24s. And in the case of Russia, what have you done with the crop size there?
Yeah, raising it there. Weather conditions have been very similar, and vegetation health has been very similar. So we are at 65 million tons, 1 million ton above the USDA, but that's important because the downside target gets lowered to maybe 7,000 rubles a metric ton at some point in August or September, and that implies $140 or $150 per metric ton FOB price, and that's $25 a metric ton below current prices. So there's a lot of downside risk still to come.
We still don't know about quality. That's the one thing that seems to be in question in terms of test weight and Hagberg and falling numbers in terms of wheat. But overall, we sure like the supply that's there. And I guess what's going to be sorting out here will be the feed relationship of wheat to milling, and that will happen in the next few weeks as we get deeper into harvest.
That's correct. And quantity should be no problem at all. And there's more than enough feed wheat to satisfy any demand shift from corn, and still there's just too much world wheat. This is just really amazing.
So the message to farmers, not only here in the United States, but the world, is that we've got a record large wheat crop this year, record large wheat stocks, and ultimately we need to plant other crops besides wheat.
Yeah, the market goal is very simple. It's to curtail acres and find demand, which so far it's done a very bad job of doing. So once that happens, maybe later this year, some kind of bottom. But in between then, yeah, that's the goal. It's very simple.
And in terms of a bottom, you're thinking somewhere around 420 or 430, or how low is low?
I think so. $4 maybe, and Kansas City probably still loses to both Chicago and corn. And so maybe we see 385 or 390 briefly, but it's very, very cheap.
And that would correlate to 150 or somewhere in that vicinity on world FOB prices relative to Black Sea.
Right.
My name is Dan Bossi. Thank you, Ben Buckner. We'll be back again with another report from AgResource Company.